campaign of ethnic cleansing began in Myanmar. The military and Buddhist radicals claimed the lives of more than 6,000 Rohingyas in a single month. Fearing death, thousands more fled the country for the forests of Bangladesh. The scale of the exodus was enormous. Today, they are still unable to return home. There are over 1.2 million Rohingya refugees living inside of these sprawling camps of Bangladesh. This is now the biggest settlement of refugees in the world. Many of them don't have access to clean water, sanitation, or even electricity. But after they arrived, the survivors faced a new threat: wild elephants rampaging through camp. Who witnessed the initial episode firsthand. It came from there? The elephant came through a path from the jungle over that way, went directly to her home, and started beating her hut with its trunk. This was no one-off. Elephants struck repeatedly throughout the camp, killing 13 people in the space of 5 months. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened? What happened after that?
Agama soya bade nizar pasama. Cuando tú nizar papá biri tú nizar belawa. Naciendo tú nona. Edu mogan har tú guli tú zagara di tú hoto gudu bigie goi.
The attack sparked an investigation into what was going on. Rakib Amin from the International Union for Conservation of Nature believes the rapid expansion of the settlement had a profound impact on the natural environment. This is the edge of the camp, Rakib, right?
Yes.
And this is where the forest begins.
Yes.
What's been going on? What's the cause behind all of these deaths?
You see, all camps, they used to be forest. There used to be an elephant habitat.
The camp expanded at an astonishing rate. Over 1,500 hectares of forest were cleared to accommodate the influx of hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees. But nobody realized the devastating impact this would have. The growing camp severed a vital lifeline for some of Bangladesh's last remaining wild elephants, blocking a herd of 40 from their only path to essential grazing grounds in the east.
Just over there, there is a space we call elephant corridor. Now, since the camp is completely blocking that corridor, elephant cannot pass through this camp. It's in search of its shelter, in search of its food, in search of its migration path. Elephants was trying to come inside the camp. Elephant came so many times, and there's 13 innocent life was lost. And elephant is not necessarily a violent mammal. It's very intelligent. It understands. It has emotions, and it's just that he's lost his habitat. He's desperate to do this animal migration. It's in their DNA. Elephant has a genetic memory. So they know exactly where they have been going, where they have been roaming generation after generation. They take the same path.
The elephants of Bangladesh are critically endangered. There are just 268 left, and they're increasingly under threat. 15,000 hectares of land are already deforested in the country every year, and this camp only adds to the problem. To help me understand what the elephants are up against, I've hired a local guide. So the man in front of me is Shanamia. His name means golden boy, and he's our tracker for the day. I think we're in good hands. It's not long before we find clues that we're on the right path.
আমরা হাতির রাত্রে যখন আসে এই বাঁধগুলো ভাঙ্গে খাইছে যে আর কি, যে সব বাঁধগুলো ভাঙ্গি ফেলছে ওই খাওয়ার জন্য। এরা ওই পাতাগুলো বেশি খায়, পাতাটা খাইয়া ওই বাঁধগুলো ভাঙ্গি ফেলছে। যাওয়ার চেষ্টা করছি।
This guy's like the elephant whisperer. Shonamia tells me that by the end of the summer, much of the elephant's food here will be gone. Then they face a nightmare scenario: attempt to migrate through the camp to Myanmar in search of fresh vegetation, or risk running out of food.
এখানে আসলে এই যে পাইস ওদিকে নামে গেছে, দেখবো আমরা ওদিকে কোন জায়গায়।
We're following the actual footsteps of the elephants. Elephants have walked along this path every season for thousands of years. I'm feeling really excited. I wonder if we're actually going to encounter some elephants. We're being told that just a few steps away that they're there. Then, against the odds, a moment I can't believe. A majestic elephant standing proud on the horizon. This is just an incredible experience. I've never seen an elephant like this in the wild. This is my first time. It looks so peaceful in its natural habitat. It's just really crazy to think that before the camps were put in place, that this is what it was. A large forest with animals roaming about. And now there is a human-made crisis at play with sprawling refugee camps, and it's just a very sad situation. But a select band of refugees is working to solve the problem. With the support of the International Union for Conservation of Nature, they have formed a group dedicated to safely shepherding the elephants from the camp. They call themselves the Task Force. Central to their strategy are 94 watchtowers, which they built around the camp perimeter. They are manned by a team of over 500 brave refugees, ready to intervene and protect both the people and the elephants. I'm heading up for a bird's eye view. Okay, so what's going on there?
They are simulating what actually happens when an elephant comes. And you see the yellow shirts?
Yeah.
So they are the veteran task force members. So they are using their megaphone, they know how to respond, and they're going to form a human trail and slowly move towards the elephant so that the elephant understands this danger ahead.
Down on the ground, it's clear how committed the task force are. আর আপনি এখানে সব ট্রেনিং করেন?
আমরা হাতে আইসে না ভলান্টিয়ার আছি, মানে হাতে আসলে মানে আমি হাতে গোলাপ আছে হাতে আসছি।
Quite loud and scary. I think that would certainly shoo an elephant off. Since the task force started, there has been no loss of life here, despite 45 incursions by elephants. It's an effective temporary solution until a longer-term plan is made for managing the animals' migration. The task force has motivated the community, with over 500 people signing up to join, and it has supporters throughout the camp. What are you doing over here? What is this?
Jazira atilla kata atil kata
Hatil kata.
ilayare jagai di bolla jagayare jagai di atila.
All these different patterns, different colors. Seems like it's a lot of work to do. Why go through all this trouble to do it?
Era aro to hona hasna bazar haide beshi samasya beshi duk boromam mabe oli beham gotam mishinglu tada dia bodia bodia te jettok magi aro formari mishin dishin lo ne bari ti amilane bari.
Do you feel that there's more danger living on the edge of the forest versus people who live in the interior of the camps?
Ham lage ala ya kuchi lage ratere boso gore mani asar tala tera bhara de ati man ati sangli bolla volunteer ati sangli bolla ri adda na lagi handle.
Not only do people feel more secure, they are also more sensitive to the elephant situation. Saving the animals is now even part of the school's curriculum. The objective is now to build on this momentum. Rakib is already taking steps to find a permanent solution to the problem. beginning with an in-depth scientific study of the elephant's migratory habits.
We are planning to put radio collar on the elephant. This will give us valuable data, valuable science to have a better management of the whole situation.
Once the exact migration route is known, the goal is to clear a path for the elephants so that they can migrate unhindered once again.
Of course, we want to open that corridor as soon as possible. There are some few issues that we need to consider before doing this. It will take about 100,000 people, Rohingya people, to move somewhere else.
That would be an immense logistical challenge. But as human refugees continue to resettle around the world, bold moves are needed to reduce the impact on local animal populations. What I've seen here gives me hope that animals do not always need to be victims of conflict, and that a peaceful coexistence is possible.